Hello and welcome to Gauntlet City Limits. This is part of the Gauntlet RPG community. And in City Limits, what we do is once a month, or a couple times a month actually, but every month the game changes. We play different small press RPGs, as role-playing games for those who don't like acronyms. And they're all set in this made-up city called Gauntlet City. And all the people who participate in it make their own neighborhood. And don't really ask about a map because there have been lots and lots of neighborhoods. Let's just say it's a cosmopolitan kind of city. One of these days we'll make a map. It's going to look insanely cool. Yeah, one of these days. This month, which is July 2017, we are playing Poutine, which is this lovely little story game by my friend Adam. And I made him take this game about Poutine that is set in Quebec, and I made him move it to Gauntlet City because I'm just basically I'm an American, and I have to import all the things that I want rather than like traveling and stuff like that. So luckily, Adam agreed, and in fact, he's been facilitating the game as the GM-less game. And Adam has done a wonderful job of helping us to play this game last session. This is our second session as we continue the stories of Poutine My Belly, the restaurant that's located in Whopper Valley, which is Garrett's neighborhood. So Adam, take it away, sir.
Right. So when we last left off, we'd seen Hannah, who was played by Garrett, being threatened to be thrown into a nursing home by her daughter, which is Marina's mother, who I am currently playing. Then we saw an introduction to Gravy, the wonderful DJ who provides the bus tour recording for Whipper Valley. And we got a little bit of an introduction to his sleeping problem, which thankfully Owen, who was played by Rich, was able to help alleviate. Then what happens? Right. Marina invites Owen out to a party, and they have a nice little moment getting ready for this party, which they then decide to ditch and go off on their own little date, drinking at a bar together. And we find ourselves here in the now, ready to go. So this session, there's no particular play order that we have to respect or anything like that. We can just pick the first person to go, and we just start picking entrees off the menu and have a good time, I guess. Hopefully.
There's no I guess. We're definitely going to have a good time. It's an excellent group, and it's an excellent game.
Yeah, you guys have not needed any help from me making this game work, so to call me a facilitator is kind of giving me more credit than I actually need to. I'm just here playing. So, are there any volunteers who want to go first? Are there any stories that we'd like to read?
I think Jason should go first. We didn't get much from Gravy. Like we kind of early on hit him, and I don't feel like he got as much play as I would like. So I'd love to see some more Gravy, or if Jason wants to make up somebody new as well, because I noticed that he doesn't have the Gravy lower third for some reason, so he must not be interested in playing that character as much as.
We used to be friends, Rich. Now you're back to being the accursed Rogers. No, I would love to play Gravy. I was actually just looking at the lunch menu because I think that's what we're doing now. Yes, lunch.
Yes. Yeah. Technically speaking, every character has had something of a breakfast entree at this point.
Yeah.
So lunch is on the menu, and so are the sides, and
yep.
If you can afford it, dinner.
Yeah. Well, I could afford dinner, but I don't really want to move to that point right now. I think, I mean, I could afford the sides even. But I think actually what would be kind of interesting was that Gravy had mentioned, things going wrong before he moved to a new place and then was trying to start over again here in the WUP on WUP, where you can listen to the Gravy Train all night. So I was thinking, maybe it's because money's on my mind, but I was thinking that he's got like labyrinthine taxes and money problems that he's trying to work out at one of the dining tables. So it's just like covered in freaking paperwork. And I think that it is more than he can actually deal with. So I think he probably needs help. So maybe he's got a friend that's with him, or it could be someone that he's like paying to come in that's an accountant for hire or something. But
yeah,
I'm
that sounds like a good idea.
I'm completely fine with it being somebody that's already on the list too. Like specifically, like Beth might know something about it. And Marina could have formerly used to have done taxes, but really hated it.
Which is why she's waiting right now, waiting tables and
trying to
for
make
a big break.
Trying to make it a singer-songwriter. Because being an accountant wasn't the thing.
Maybe Jenks, the wanting to be a professional wine taster, flunked out of college, trying to get his degree in accounting, so he can. That amuses me.
I mean, whoever wants to take it, I'm positive Gravy needs help.
Let's do Beth, because she's a lawyer. Maybe she used to do family law, but she transitioned into this like fashion company stuff, corporate law.
And like basically, all right. So I can see the setup for that a little bit, which is that Gravy works in fact for a corporation. So he's basically tried to parlay that into her helping him. Make some kind of sense of this.
Sure.
Yeah.
Who wants to pick up Beth? Anyone? Any volunteers? I'll play her if no one wants her.
I'm up.
Go for it, Garrett.
I'm up for Beth.
Oh, are you the server then, Adam?
Sure, I'll be the server.
Win! I'm the background music! But we're not going to have that because it would distract, so I'll just sit here quietly and enjoy. It's a little porny for our Poutine my Billy.
You know, Sam Roberts is from Quebec, and he sounds kind of porny. So
Okay.
Gravy hasn't been sleeping well. The kind of music he's inclined to play, you know.
You know what? I'll play Marina because it's easy to go to her, so I'll just do that. I've already got her voice anyway.
All right. So, and I think that's it for getting the scene together, right?
Yeah. So then you just walk into the, the restaurant or whatever, and
yeah. So I think Gravy is there, and he's got like just a rolling cart, like one of those rolling bins you can get from Target, and it's just stacked with papers. And also like a few things that appear to be like grease-stained receipts, but then there's sometimes stuff stuck to them. And so he sits down and he starts laying them out all over the table like he knows what he's doing.
Marina is pouring you a big black mug of coffee. We're talking like a triple size.
Oh man, you are practically a goddess right now. Like
I'm just doing my job, Gravy.
It's
happy.
if you think about it, the gods and goddesses are really just doing their jobs too. So I'm pretty comfortable putting you in the pantheon as the goddess, the black coffee. We're probably going to need
Time to interrupt this huge conversation. I come in and I expect my coat because it's cold outside, and so I have a coat, a very elegant coat. But I expect Marina to take it off.
Okay, I'll just take your coat then, Mom. I hang it on the little hanger that's because all the boots have hangers on the side, right? So they're just right on the side there.
Thank you, sweetie.
Can I get you something, Mom?
Yes, like a coffee.
Okay,
Just a coffee.
coming right up.
I was just complimenting the coffee, but look, Beth, thank you for coming and helping me out with my problem here. I don't understand what the hell I'm looking at, and I it's been a rough year, and I'm glad that you're here to help me, I guess, turn the corner.
This is all paper stuff you have here, right?
Yeah. I think I got it all. There are a couple settlements and medical bills, and then there is the fire. But I think I've got more or less all of it. It could take a while. I will tell you I will keep you as full of coffee as you need to be to help me with this. Not too much though, because I'll tell you what, this is a tip. This is a tip from the late night people. If you do too much coffee, you will actually get an ulcer, and those are not actually that great. So eventually you're probably better off switching to either a caffeine pill. You can do those energy drinks, but I'm babbling.
Ravi, we are here. We are here for your legal stuff, not for your opinion on how to live by night and sleep by day. All right?
I mean, it's my experience, really, rather than opinion. I mean, I'm like a war-tested veteran in that sense.
You see, issues, right?
Look, I lost.
I mean, you were my mother. I remember it wasn't a very pleasant conversation. I know that, and I hate to do that in public, but it just happened as it happened. No need to go further into any details. And just because you know something from my life doesn't mean that you have to tell me about your life extension.
We can keep
things. I agree to help you.
Yes, yeah, we'll keep it professional. We'll keep it copacetic. It's all right. It's good. We don't need to talk about things that were lost or forgotten or anything like that. It'll be fine.
Marina comes back with the cup of coffee, and it's got a nice amount of latte swirls and a design on it. She puts it down in front of Beth and says, "You guys hungry? Can I get you something to eat?"
Poutine.
Yeah, actually, that sounds pretty good.
I'll put 2 orders in right now.
Yeah, and
sweet. It's hard to find quality poutine here in the States, but really, for some reason, I feel like this diner has a real line on what it ought to taste like.
Yes.
Can you bring me some? Do you have soy milk? I think there's soy milk.
Yeah. I think we have some in the back. Just give me a minute.
Grace, did you say something? Sorry, I didn't hear that. That doesn't matter.
Why would you want soy milk? That's not even. That's not milk. It's beans. Are you lactose intolerant? I mean, if you were, I can't imagine the poutine would really make much sense either.
Don't pretend that you're interested in my diet.
No, no. The diet of the rich and powerful is of constant interest to me. Yeah, all right.
You see this purple paper?
Yeah.
Put them on one staple.
Yeah.
The white.
I like to imagine Gravy was actually able to mute you for those seconds.
Oh, you were. I see.
Sleep-induced blackout.
Yeah, I like Gravy. Gravy's just like, right, the purple ones go there.
The white ones go there, all right? That's something you can...
What about these pink ones?
On a third one, okay? Yeah, we can do that together.
All right, okay.
So Marina comes out, and she's got this dusty carton of soy milk, and she...
Oh.
I found it.
You're a braver woman than I am.
That's all you have, yeah?
We don't get a lot of customers that drink soy milk here. I mean, most people come here aren't lactose intolerant because they eat poutine.
No, I think you have customers like my mother who think dangerous and you could die of, right?
Well, normally you drink your coffee black, don't you? I'm sorry. I mean, I can take it back if you're not happy with it.
I have stomach issues. This is all too much at the moment to me. All right?
Probably from drinking too much coffee. That's what I was saying before. But look.
Marina loves that. She's tickled pink by it, but she's trying really hard not to show it.
Travis, I know that you are from Valorosim, right?
Yeah. Go Pathfinders.
You see, I'm helpful on this with you, and I'm just supposed to give you some advice, not in helping like gathering stuff and like typing numbers, but I'm willing to put some effort into this. Okay?
Yeah.
But this elderly home, I would like to put my mother in.
Right.
Right?
Right.
That's in Valderos. What's the name again? It's Valderoslam. Yeah. If you can convince her to take a nice little tour and show what a nice place it is. I heard it's very nice. I haven't been there yet.
I mean,
If you can manage to do that, I'm willing to help you.
huh. Beth? Rather, Marina?
Yeah.
I haven't checked out this.
I'm not your servant.
I've just, I guess. I mean, I haven't looked at it, but I'm certainly willing to talk it up. But, you know, if it's a hole, I'm going to have to call it a hole.
Beth, Marina is kind of looking over your shoulder as this conversation is going on, and she's obviously nervous at the prospect of Gravy coming in to try and get Hannah into a home, because she knows that her grandmother doesn't want to be in one. And suddenly she like pokes a finger down into the middle of the table onto one of the pink slips and says, "You know this is tax deductible, right?"
No.
Okay, I'm going to spend a tip. Small mercies. If things are dovetailing for the worse, spend one tip to introduce a new breakfast element in the middle of a conversation. I am going to introduce the breakfast element, a windfall.
Whoa.
What is help me out here, Marina. What does that being deductible mean exactly?
It means that in approximately 3 months, or actually a bit more, I guess, at this point, but bear with me here. You claim this on your taxes, and then they give you money.
So, you mean I don't just have to eat the cost of my house burning down?
Tell me that you actually got like legal advice when you signed those papers from your insurance broker.
Well, I think you're making an assumption about how quickly I got to those papers.
I see.
I think they're in here somewhere, actually.
That's not necessary, because presuming you haven't claimed them, like, dude, you're gonna be rolling in it soon.
Marina, I think you deserve some evil mother stare now.
Oh my God.
And now I'm leaving. Mr. Morris, if you need my help, then you know you have my number.
All right, I'll give you a call. And she's gone, and I'm picking up the tab. Dang it. I'm pretty sure that's where that heads, though.
Yeah, there's nowhere else this can really go. So
yeah, no.
Let's call that insane.
Oh, I like it. It's good times.
Okay. I guess we tip out now.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I think you seemed a little overwhelmed, and I thought you were headed towards a 1, but then you slipped in there with the breakfast buy as a windfall, with that windfall choice. That was pretty smart. So I think, as just an audience member, I would say at least 2.
Yeah.
Let's go with 2 then. I'll take 2.
Yeah, I was debating the 3 here. It's like, can I give you about $2.50?
$3.50.
I wouldn't. You didn't deserve any.
Okay, so we average, and the answer is 2.
Yeah.
You can only tip a minimum of 1. Okay.
Yeah. I was looking forward to having Gravy talk to Hannah though. Yeah,
Well, you can still do that.
Yeah, no, maybe. No, that was fun.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. Who wants to go up next?
Well, I should do something since I sat out. I should take my turn. Although I like watching you guys. Pardon?
You probably should, yes.
I agree. All right, so Owen. Let me take another look at Owen here and make sure I'm okay. So he wants to find someone special. He kind of sort of did that thing. At least he thinks he did, but it was just one date, so there's no kind of promise there. So it would be lunch for him, and he works there, but I think he works the evening shifts. He happens to come in because Marina's there, right? It's still lunch, so maybe we even like hold within the same scene effectively and just move over to the other table where Marina has to.
That works for me.
And somebody else could slip in and play Marina if they wanted to, I'm sure, since you just served. Also, it would be amusing to see another interpretation of Marina. But it could be another waitress that he just kind of got hosed, that Owen thought he was going to sit in Marina's section and something happened. Sorry, it just seems like Owen's luck.
How about this? How about Marina sees you come in and she expressly goes on a break so that she can sit with you?
Very nice. Very nice. I think. Ooh, I'm looking at the lunch item. Sorry, I'm taking me just a second.
That's okay. Take your time.
Let's go for it, Adam. I am choosing an explosive argument.
Oh, shit. Okay.
All right. Hey, boy gets girl, boy loses girl. That's where we're at here at lunch. That's what happens. Although maybe it's her fault. Maybe no, it's probably not going to be that way. All right, there we are. Who wants to be our server?
Unless Garrett wants to, I'll pick it up because I didn't get a chance to play Mr. Sims last time, so I'll be Mr. Sims.
Do so.
So, Mr. Sims, I had thrown into the thing when I thought we were still going to be in, but then you went on the road. And Mr. Sims is, in fact, the owner of Put in My Belly. He wants to see his diner prosper, and he regrets a fallout with his brother / financial partner. So he wants to see things go well. Doesn't normally end up serving, but they're a little shorthanded.
And here I am on break.
Yeah, and there you are on break.
And here I am. Normally your cook.
Yeah. So he brings over coffee for the pair of you, along with this kind of dusty thing of soy milk. He's like, "Look, do me a favor. This is gonna go bad soon anyway. You guys drink it up. You can have as much coffee as you want, but get this freaking soy milk out of here because it's kind of clogging up things in the back, and I don't got time for that. As long as you're on break anyway." Good to see you. Yeah. Owen. Yeah. All right. Great. See you later.
I just subtly push the soy milk closer to you.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know if soy milk goes sour, but
Well, it's not made out of anything worth having, so probably not. It's like Twinkies.
It will split into water and the soy part again. It doesn't look good. It doesn't taste good anymore. I have plenty.
Yeah, so she opens up the soy milk and is hit with an odor that can only be described as nausea-inducing. And then promptly discards it off to the side of the table to be like, I'm not touching that with a 20-foot pole.
Yeah, I'll be right back. And he grabs the soy milk carton and walks over and just drops it in the trash The little trash of like,
Hey,
"Please
hey,
don't throw
hey,
away your tray."
that's money you're throwing away, basically. Look,
Well, you gave it to me, so it's my money I'm throwing away. It's cool.
look. Your problem here is that you've got no work ethic. If you did, then maybe I'd promote you to head short order cook or something. But no, instead you're throwing money away.
There's such a thing as a head short order cook.
There could be if you played your cards right. Jeez, man.
I have cards. Oh, okay. All right, Mr. Sims.
No, it's pretty clear you're where you belong. Go have a seat.
Whoa.
Holy shit. Come back and have a seat.
Now, I'd like to just take a pause here for a second. There's nothing in the rules that says the scene prompt has to be between the two people who are the focus of the scene.
Yep. That's true. It could be between the server and Owen.
Yes.
We could go that way. I was trying to needle his self-confidence issues. And also, general not going anywhere-ness in terms of romance.
Oh yeah, and his regret of not going to college. Yeah.
So, and I don't honestly see a reason that there couldn't be more than one argument. By golly, but you go about your business, and then we'll see what happens there.
Holy shit!
What the hell is that about?
I don't know. Is it? I thought you're on a legit break, right?
I mean, yeah, I clocked out.
I don't want you to get in trouble if he's on the warpath.
Well, it's none of his damn business what I do with my free time. I mean, I'm entitled to my 15 minutes. Just ignore him.
Oh, okay.
So what are we doing?
Was that your mom earlier?
I don't want to talk about that. It's just things with my mom.
She seemed way meaner than she was the other day.
Didn't she?
Yeah.
That's more her normal self.
Oh.
Yes.
Cool.
So what are we doing this weekend? It's been like 3 weekends in a row now that we've both been working. And we finally got Saturday off together at the same time. So what are we gonna do?
Well, so Joey was going out of town. He asked if I would pick up his shift. I didn't know you actually got it off.
Well, can you hand it off to someone else?
Yeah, I mean, probably.
Probably.
Here, hold on. He pulls out his phone. He starts trying to send text. You don't think Sims is going to be pissed, right? You know how he gets about flip-flopping schedules.
Who gives a shit about Sims? So long as someone covers the shift, it's fine.
Okay.
I mean, is that really what you care about, what Sims thinks? Like, come on. Do you really think you're going to be here forever?
Well, no, but I mean, this is a pretty nice restaurant, and I get to work with cool people like you.
And I'm not going to be here forever, so you're just going to stick around until I leave, and then what?
Well, I mean, I'm not making life plans about this place, but hold on. I'm texting Bobby. See if he's. What did you want to do Saturday? Let's just assume I can do this thing.
Well, I was gonna bring you to a jazz club because it's open mic night, and I kind of want to show you the scene.
Jazz? I didn't know you were into jazz.
You serious? You think that like I just give Gravy CDs for no reason? Like,
so you guys like swap CDs? I just kind of ignore Gravy. He's super boring.
Okay, first of all, Gravy is not super boring. Gravy is amazing. He's the gravy train. Okay?
He put himself to sleep.
He's tired. He works the night shift and he can't sleep. Just
Like-
look, this isn't about gravy, okay? Like, this is something that matters to me. I love jazz. I sing jazz. I write jazz music.
Holy shit! Seriously, I had no idea. Why jazz?
Because I listened to it growing up. I mean, my grandmother.
I mean, jazz is like mostly just like made up jam session stuff. Like I mean, usually it goes for like 30 minutes and it's kind of aimless and just like you could write that music. That's cool. That's really cool.
I get the impression that this is so.
So Bobby,
Tell me the truth.
What?
Do you even
what?
like jazz music?
No. You said tell me the truth. I'll listen.
Yeah, I know. I
You're
asked for that. I walked right into it. You know what? Take the shift.
I will go.
Hey, look. Guys, I know that you're still on your break, Marina, with Owen. But we're really shorthanded. It would help me out a lot if you could go ahead and start hitting the tables. Owen, you can stay here. But if you could actually hit some of the tables, it would help up.
You need, I mean, I start in 2 hours. Do you need help in the back?
I don't know. Maybe.
I got tables.
Yeah.
She gets up and she walks away.
Look, I'll look in on it and see if there's something,
Hey,
Owen. But
hey, listen, Sims, like, I need off on Saturday.
you need off.
God,
We just
Joey's
flipped the
gotta go.
schedule for you.
I know, but something came up.
What? Did your mom die?
No, it's important.
What? You know I hate flipping the schedules, and
I know.
here you are asking me for more time right now. You're asking me for hours right now, but the hours you're already signed up for you don't want. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what I'm hearing from you right now? That you want the hours that you want, but not the ones that you sign up for?
You said you were busy. I'm offering to come in early.
I
If you
said
don't
that-
want me.
We had people working the tables. I don't actually need another cook right now. They've got that handled. Or are you saying I don't know how to run my business?
No. That's not what I said. I just want to flip my schedule. Like, I'll work Sunday. I'll pull a double. Just give me Saturday off.
Why the hell should I give you Saturday off?
Because I'm asking. I work every weekend.
See, this is what I talk about. No work ethic. None. Fine. You want it, you got it, kid. You can have that. You don't need to stay here, though. I don't need you today. You should take off.
Wait, are you firing me?
No, I'm saying I don't need you today. But you could keep on pushing the issue.
No, I don't need to push anything. I quit.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Yay!
He takes. He had a little newspaper sitting on the table, and he takes the newspaper. He tosses it on, and he picks up this like catalog for Gauntlet City University, and walks out.
Bum.
Badass.
You have to go to that scene.
I'm gonna have to say that Rich saved your ass there, server.
What?
I'm fine with that. My opinion was that letting the uncomfortable conversation go on longer was for the best of the scene. I would have taken the one just to have that staring, horrible awkwardness go on.
Poor Owen. He's incompetent. Look how angry he looks. Look right there. Look. He looks so upset.
Yes, down there on your working lower third.
On this lower third right here, you can see his expression because I care about my character. Garrett does too. Good job, Garrett. Okay.
All right. So, like, I'm gonna say that the server pushed some pretty major character development here. So that's
I agree.
Easily worth a 2, if not a 3.
Yeah, it definitely like rocketed up from the moment you basically got Maria out of the seat and just turned on me. So I would go 2 to 3. Garrett, what do you think?
Let's go for 2. And I was thinking about like throwing that in with my tip, like ruin a relationship or something.
You have to be the server in order to spend a tip.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
that makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
You don't have power over my relationship right now, Garrett.
Besides, he's doing a good
I
job
will.
ruining it on his own.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks. Point
One of those race to the
of
bottom.
order. He did get Saturday off.
That is, I mean, technically he got everything off. So, gonna have to change the character description.
let's hit up the next scene. Garrett, you wanna head this one?
Yes. I'm allowed to choose a lunch menu now,
Yes.
right? And think
That's
about which character which I want to incorporate. And I like playing Beth, actually. Hannah is somebody I would like to come back as soon as we have a good reason to bring her back.
Yeah.
So and then like the little nice car trip, for example, is something. But maybe Gravy finds a good reason to go there in the end, even if Marina tries to keep him away from doing that. Maybe it's not a good idea anyway. So Beth has this wonderful potential of being a lawyer. Mr. Sims had a fallout with his brother, his financial partner. So since Beth is doing like neighborhood law advice, I am sure that the financial partner and brother came to her on trying to kick her out, and I want to. I want because I also Beth, I like Mr. Sims. I would like to meet Mr. Sims at the restaurant, having lunch together, and we talk about the problems I heard about, the financial troubles, the restaurant. From like a who's willing to play Mr. Sims for that?
Are we saying Mr. Sims is the server here?
No. The server can be, I would say, Jenks. Maybe not my daughter again.
Why don't you take it, Rich, as a server at least, so that you.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm Jenks the server.
Yeah.
I cannot remember much about Jenks from last time. I see the drinking too much wine all the time. That he was a little.
He's very forthcoming.
He's the one. He was. He's the one who actually put Owen down at the table with Gravy. So he's almost frankly like a bartender. Like he's got a good sense of people, and he's a little bit more sensitive than most of the people I think in the game.
Oh wow, this is more than I can chew, but I'll do it. Sensitive, knows people. I'm a host. This is awesome.
Oh.
Okay, here we go.
What a rating, yes.
What lunch item have you chosen? Sorry.
He wanted to have a
Sims?
conversation with Sims about money. And I was going to say, like, I can play Sims again, but if Adam wants to take a crack at Sims, I'm fine with that too.
You're rocking Sims. You take Sims.
Okay.
And well, I need to put a theme onto that from the lunch menu. And I would say I put them on the spot. Yeah, because Mr. Sims is in trouble.
So
So I'm already there.
Yeah.
Turning around my coffee. There's no soy milk anymore, I heard. I'm not happy about that. I will send a short message to Marina that this restaurant is not what it used to be. Has Mr. Sims time for me, Jenks? We have an appointment.
Right. Mr. Sims will be right out. Hey, I noticed that we were out of the soy milk. Is there anything else that we could get to go with your coffee since you're having it black?
Almond milk? No?
No. No, I'm sorry. But I've started a list, and I'll make sure that we have it next time. Soy milk and almond milk.
I smile at you. Oh, Jenks, you're the best here. And please, Jenks.
Thanks. Thanks, Beth. You like pat your
there's
shoulder.
one thing. You know my daughter. And she has been very upset with me. And like, if you have a chance to lend her an ear, like talk with her about it, would be highly appreciated. You know, Hannah, my mother, you must have seen her already.
I
She's
have.
sometimes here as well.
Marina's one of my favorite people at the restaurant. I'll be happy to check in with her. And I think your mom is a lovely lady.
Yes. And Marina needs to understand. You know, I know that you need some help. You have this application process running, right? Marina told me about this competition, the wine competition.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. That's wonderful.
Get in touch with me about it. Yeah.
I will.
Just
I
have
will.
a little conversation with Marina. That would be nice.
You bet.
Where's Mr. Sims?
Oh, right. I'll be right back. Hey, Mr. Sims, I've got that. Just
all right.
Go have a seat with Beth, okay? She's waiting. She's already the soy milk, so start off smooth, right?
That's why I told the kids not to throw that away.
I know, but it went bad. It went bad, so it's the right thing, because if she tried to drink it now, she'd be in a real bad mood. So start off smooth, right? Be cool. Good customer. She's always here, right? You know you like her.
Right. She's not even lactose intolerant. She eats the Poutine. No.
Right. I think she likes the flavor. And hey, who's to say? I think we could put that in almond milk, put it on the menu. We'll get more people to buy it.
Maybe we'd have to advertise it a bit. I don't know.
Little word of mouth. I'll get it working around. Hey, let's head over. Beth's been waiting for a while.
All right. I hate the idea of like messing with perfection and liking Americanizing Putin.
Yeah, well, I hear you. But hey.
All right. Hey.
And here's Mr. Sims. Here, Beth. Here we go.
Sorry, it was late. We had a short order quit earlier. I had to pick up some of the slack. It's fine.
I just stare at you and continue eating.
Mr. Sims, did you want anything to drink right now? Just some water, sparkling water, something from the bar?
So, wow, that actually sounds kind of good. Yeah, I think I'm done with coffee. It's starting to give me like some kind of indigestion or something. So
I got you. I know exactly what you need. You want a mimosa? Man, I've got you right now.
That would be great. Thanks, James.
Cool. I'll mix it up just the way you like. I'll be right back. Beth, anything more you need right now? Looks like you're on about half of a cup there.
Well, thank you.
All right. Cool. Hey, you guys check those menus, right? We'll get your order in as soon as you're ready. I'll be right back.
I mean, I don't really need to check the menu, obviously, because
maybe you should.
What? Look, the menu's perfect.
George and I went to school together. I know him like for more than 30 years now. I met him and we talked. I know that you're in deep shit.
Well, yeah, because he freaking left me to high and dry here, and now I'm trying to make things work without my partner. / brother.
You know what? You know what he's saying? That you don't put your best into this place. You let it run loose.
What are you talking about? I have put my heart and soul and blood and everything into this place. That's why people keep coming here.
But look at this menu.
Yeah.
It looks like straight from the 80s.
It's a classic. Look, all day breakfast, lunch, dinner. You can't go wrong with it.
Don't you see? The WAP is changing. It's called gentrification. Everybody has green food, fair trade, vegan stuff here. And what do you offer? The same nonsense for 20 years.
And that's why people love coming here. It's the consistency.
People like my mother.
I like your mother.
Hey, I do too. Your mother is one of our favorite customers. Here's that mimosa, Mr. Sims. I'm going to top you off. Beth, I see that you were at a quarter there, and we want to make sure it's a good warm mix. So let me go ahead and I'll get another pot brewing right now, fresh pot.
Look.
You know, with people like Jank, this place could be different.
Yeah, you know, he was just suggesting that we consider some kind of vegan alternative for the Poutine. I don't know. I feel like we lose our regulars. Like, I don't know.
Exactly. I know George is unhappy with the situation as well.
George just wanted to quit out. He didn't even want to keep going.
That's your story. It's not
yeah.
his.
Well, of course it's not his. He's talking to you, his girlfriend for 30 years. Oh, I'm sorry. Good friend.
Good.
Right.
I hope you're not talking like that to my daughter.
I'm talking like a boss to your daughter.
You talk bossy. You know, my strong recommendation for you would be leave the day-to-day business to somebody else, like Jank or Marina, and take a step back. This place can be the same and attract the same kind of people and still be open to something new. If you want to survive, you have to change together with the district.
Look, I get that you're trying to help. I don't believe for a damn second George is, but I get that you're trying to. And you know, I'm willing to say that we could even make some changes here. I'm willing to say that we could do that. But there's no one on my staff I trust to run day to day. Like Jenks has his own dreams. And he's going to make it big. And that's fine. Like, I'm sure he'll open a winery in south of France or some fuck all where. I don't know. But he doesn't want to run the diner. He's a great maitre d'. And the same thing is true of Marina. She has her own dreams, which don't include this place. This place is my dream, Beth. This is my dream. And I'm not about to pass it off.
I stand up and take you in my arms. I know how desperate you are, but deep in your heart, you understand that change is necessary. And by the way, I love the poutine here. I know, and I know that you mean it well. But I need to go now. I need to be back to work. I have a meeting with the overseas facilities.
You take care of yourself.
Hey, Beth, hey, I saw that you were getting ready to leave. Here we go, I made you to go cup of coffee, still black, but here's a little bag with some non-dairy creamer. It's little packages.
Yeah. So, always so mindful. Looking in Mr. Sim's direction.
Jenks, have a seat for a second.
You bet.
Let's talk about some of your ideas. That's where I want to end
Yeah.
that, even though it's best scene.
I think that's a great way to cut scene. That's awesome.
And then Garrett froze.
Yeah. Up to the next.
That was nuts. We got to tip out.
Bang.
Yeah. It's interesting that scene is aggressively pointed to someone else. Like, I was like, put someone else on the spot. It says put them on the spot. I'm like, oh, I guess you do put someone else on the spot. Well done. All right, then.
Yeah, the rules are non-specific about that stuff, specifically for that reason, because you need the latitude to, let a scene happen organically.
Yeah, and you can kind of discover it as long as you know, okay, I'm going to play this card, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, this isn't the time to trump. I'll trump later. It's kind of cool. It's neat. Yeah. I prefer that you've kept it vague enough to be interpreted multiple ways.
Cool. So let's tip out.
Woot, woot.
I don't feel like my Jenks was very Jenks like the last Jenks, but
No, I
Believe it or
love
not,
it.
You did actually hit
I
on
love it.
a necessary task. I think you hit the tone proper, or the tenor rather. So the question is whether you were integral to the scene, which I don't think you were.
no.
But you definitely were. You definitely contributed to it, because at the end of it, Mr. Sim sits down with you and talks about change. So you were key in that part. So at least two. Two?
Yeah. I mean, there's a certain integral quality that ended up coming through. Just because of how he is as a waiter, and because we started off with him saying, okay, so this customer is like this, and you have to be like this, and like Jenks really probably could run the diner.
Yeah, you really could.
And then and he did suggest like the like vegan alternative of Poutine,
Which is a thing.
yeah.
Some people, yeah. So two?
All right.
Two sounds good. I'm happy with two.
Actually, there's one last thing that you need to know about that, and that is I can't get no respect. The last special on the server card. So you get 3.
Yay!
You can use a special this turn.
And I would say Beth is dreaming of Jenk tonight.
Wow.
That's just a little bit of fan service for Garrett.
This is fun. Cool. All right. Who's next?
I actually have a scene that I'd like to set up.
Sweet.
And
Marina?
And I would like to spend a tip to take it outside.
Sweet.
I'm going to use they spend some time apart as a lunch menu. It sounds bad, but you'll remember that we haven't hit a supper yet, right? Or a dinner, so the relationship ain't over until the fat lady sings.
All right.
I would like this scene to be Hannah and Marina taking a drive to Shady Grove Nursing Home.
Oh, damn. That's perfect.
Oh. Yes.
So
Finally.
Marina picks Hannah up in her. Oh, right. I should clarify here. Because we're taking a drive to the location, I think it actually fits to have Hannah be the server in this situation. And if you want, Garrett, there is a move that you can use, or a special that you can use to let you introduce an entree on the menu. You can use that later on to introduce something for yourself to pick up. And then we can switch from going my scene to your scene in the middle of a scene, if that makes sense.
Is that among the appetizers or?
It's eggs sunny side up on the server card.
Ah, okay.
But that's up to you. You don't have to do that.
Okay, yeah. I'm willing to spend as many tips as necessary.
Okay, so
So that is takeoff.
Marina picks Hannah up in her, let's say 2000.
Oh yeah.
In her 2003 Volkswagen Golf.
Nice.
Just this, it's not a young car, but it's
I
a
imagine
decent
this was
car.
mom's graduating high school kind of gift, possibly, or got your driver's license. This is a sensible car gift.
Yeah, exactly. That's precisely what I'm thinking about. Is
Yes.
a used car that's like, you know what? I'm a lawyer. I can afford it. Here's a car. So yeah, she picks Hannah up in her Golf, and it's bright red. Just that's the way it looks. And she opens the door and she hands you a coffee from Put in Your Belly and says, "You ready for this road trip?"
Yeah, but I exactly understand. Why can't we simply stay at the restaurant?
Because I according to the schedule, a guy I kind of went on a few dates with is supposed to be working tonight, and I'm just not really in the mood to deal with that right now. So let's just, it's just us girls. It'll be us, and we'll go. And we're not there to make a judgment about whether or not you're going there. We're just gonna check it out so you can see it. And if you don't like it, then I don't care. I'll never bring you back there. I won't anyway. My mom may be terrible, but I'm not. Please tell me that you're still alive.
But I see that you don't want to do it, and I don't want to do it. See, which we both don't want to do. Is it? And when will we be back?
Look, it's just a drive to get out of the city. We don't have to go to Shady Groves if you don't want, but Mom is dead set on getting you a place there, and I kind of want you to see it if she's just going to stick you there.
I'm okay. But promise me that you will never move away, and I'm okay with going there.
I'm not going anywhere. Sadly. I promise you, in the event she sticks you in there, I will go every weekend.
Hey, let's do this together.
There we go.
Would never go with your mother anyway to such a place because, I don't want to look into her eyes,
Believe me.
while she's with me there, and I'm sure you will have the same perspective on these things.
Yeah,
You can convince her.
I'm not convincing Mom of anything, but I'll do my best. Anyway, she sticks it in gear and drives off. Grandma, you remember how you always said you wanted to be an actress?
I still want to be.
Right. Why didn't
Oh,
you?
I don't hear you anymore.
Why didn't you become an actress?
Because I was still young when your mother was born, and yeah, the time was not right for it. Like, my generation hadn't it so easy, and I really want you to do whatever is good for you, Marina. That's important for me.
Well, that's kind of what I want to figure out. Like, I don't know. I've been playing open mic nights, trying to sing and feeding Gravy CDs left and right, but I don't know if it's going anywhere, like.
Who's open mic?
No, it's like an open stage where you can just go and perform.
Ah. Okay, like youth
Yeah.
theater. I see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly like that. Yeah.
You see.
So anyway,
I still have, like, from the insured of money. If you want to do that, my dear, if you promise to stay with me, that I don't need to go into this place, to this residency, I promise you that I pay for your studies. You can go to any university you want as long as you stay close to me. Okay? Go to this place.
are you offering me a windfall
I do.
using small mercies?
Yes, or more if necessary. I don't have the list in front of me now, but I could even imagine that to be going in the direction of a dinner. But just an offer.
Can I think on it?
Well, I think when I look into your eyes, I will know which decision you will take in the end, no matter how much time you need to think about it.
She's
So,
really, really conflicted.
what do your eyes tell me?
She's really, really conflicted. I don't have an answer for that right now. I'm sorry.
Seems that is a decision against your grandmother.
Look, I'm not saying that I'm going to leave. But I mean, I didn't really think that going to university was even an option right now. I've been trying to get my career off the ground, and
Yes, your mother doesn't know about this money. It's safe on the account. She doesn't know about the account. It's at another bank. She shouldn't know.
I won't tell her. I promise you that.
Yeah, it's a deserve, actually, I think. So, I offer you a fortune. Maybe on credit, if necessary. Yes, I need a credit for that.
Whoa.
You can deny, and then I would be fine. Right.
I'm not done playing Marina yet. I'm gonna turn it down. I'm sorry, Grandma. I think I need to find my own way.
I put my hand on your knee. Yes. Let me. And we'll do it without the money from your grandfather. Get inside and have a look at this place. Isn't it as ugly as I... And they would say we could end the scene.
Yeah, she puts the
when
car in
we
park
go
and takes the
to
keys out of the ignition. Let's go see this place.
Let's go
see.
to this place.
Dag you.
That was a thing.
That was pretty amazing.
Look, you wrote the game, man. You're just gonna have the serious emotional play is all your fault and not at all ours.
I take full ownership of that. Wow.
I'm gonna say right now, I kind of want to kick 3 out that way. That was a 2-person scene, and
it's gonna be 3. I really
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
so that was
I
that's for Garrett, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and change it. I'm changing it right now. Garrett, you now have $6. There you go.
I'm
6 tippers.
They're Canadian dollars, so I don't know what the exchange rate is there, but
They're worth more?
The U.S. dollar is worth more than the Canadian dollar.
yeah,
They're worth less.
it's very confusing. Oh look, I get $40 off of a meal, but wait, that's only like $20. Ah!
Yeah, it's something like the exchange rate is like 66 cents or something like that right now. Maybe it's closer to 70, but
Wow, I'm gonna buy Canadian property.
it's quite easy to do, sadly, if you have money. Anyway.
Yep.
Next up. Rich, you haven't had a scene where you're starring in a while.
I don't know, man. That one's destroyed here. Poor guy.
Well, I mean, he's went off like he was going to go back to school, though. So
He
that's
did. He
Yeah.
did do that thing. He did do that thing.
Opportunity
play
presents
someone else
itself.
if you wanted.
I think he would probably come back like. Yeah, here's how we go. Here's how we go. Sorry, it's going to be another Marina thing.
It's okay. I feel really weird because I wrote the game and I'm having like the most scenes with this one character. But anyway, okay.
I mean, it could be a scene with Sims.
I'm good either way.
Yeah,
I don't mind at all playing Arena. I'm having a load of fun. So
I was honestly thinking about having her on Gravy Show for our seats. That's why I was laughing. I'm like,
It's just
all
the Marina
Marina
show.
all the time.
Marina Poutine. I think he just comes in. He knows your shift. So he's gonna come in. And I'm looking at dinner items.
Uh-oh.
Looking at dinner items. Oh wow, these are rough.
So to clarify a little bit, because I was just looking at the menu, would you normally buy dinner and then if you had enough, buy dessert, or would you buy dessert if you can afford it, or?
You do not need to buy dinner in order to buy dessert. Dessert is the epilogue of your character.
Yeah. The only thing is it retires the character.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm buying dessert. I'm doing it.
Yep.
Characters who have dessert should be removed from play.
I was doing the math on what you would need to do both. I'm like, well, you could do a dinner scene and then generate enough tips to do a dessert, but I don't think we have that much time tonight. So
No, we're coming up close.
I'm
So
just going straight to dessert. I'm skipping my dinner. I know that I can't have any pudding unless I eat my meat, so we'll just pretend that for lunch I had some meat. So which of these desserts do I want? It's weird. It's almost like I want to go into the scene and then purchase once we go. Because
you know what? This is something I've actually been toying with, and I think that's a good idea. If you know you want a dessert entree, pay it now, and then you can just take it whenever the scene presents itself with the right option.
awesome. I'd like to do that. I'd really
Let's
like
do
to do that. So I think that I would like to see someone play Jerry, his roommate.
Okay.
It could either be Garrett, who just had a pretty intense scene, or it could be Jason, because Jason played him before.
Yep. I can do Jerry.
All right. So yeah,
Jason's
Jerry and Owen come in on Marina's shift, and they like a quick conversation with Jenks, and he gets to sit in her section.
So wait, who's the server?
Marina.
Okay.
This isn't Saturday. Let's say it's Friday. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Cool. And just anybody watching, Garrett's connection is not great right now, so he's not going to actively participate, but hopefully get to be audience.
Cool.
Yeah. So Owen and we'll say maybe a day or so has passed. It's Friday. Saturday is the thing, and Owen has not been back to work because he is no longer working at Poutine My Belly.
Sadness.
Yes. It's a stupid joke anyway. I mean, the food is fine, but what the heck? Who thought of that? That's the worst name for a diner.
Oh, I mean, it's like that hair salon type of pun, so it's like not great, but it's still fun. I don't even
know what you're talking about, man. I mean, the food, like I said, the food's good.
You've never, the place down the street, Curl Up and Die?
Right. Oh, shoot. I forgot about that place because I don't go there. But yeah, no, that's fine. I guess. But like, I mean, no one even pronounces it.
You kind of need a haircut, though, man.
I was thinking I would grow it out. Like, I would go for the bohemian thing. I think the girls are going to love it. It'll be good. Like, I think I could rock it.
I think you're wrong.
Marina comes.
You know what I need to look
and says, "Hey guys, can I get you something?
Hey, Marina.
Start you off. Hi, Owen.
Hey,
Marina, long hair. Do I or don't I? Also, side note: if I learn to play guitar, would that make a difference?
You don't already play guitar?
I do not, but I could. It doesn't look that hard, right?
It's just like Guitar Hero.
It's not quite like that, but learn guitar first, then the long hair. Priorities.
Oh, wow.
Priorities.
Guitar Hero 3 is
very
totally
wisdom.
legit. Like, it has all. You should just play Guitar Hero 3 with me. We're good. Guitar Hero Live, any of those are good. How you doing, Marina?
I'm good. You?
I'm okay. I'm starting GCU next fall.
Are you?
I mean, kind of assuming that the loans come through, but I've got a good chance.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good. Are you? I forget. You said that, like, you wanted to at one point, or did you drop out, or what happened? Are you going back, or is this your first time?
I'm going back.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to make him call me senpai.
That's creepy.
I don't know how he's going to make me do that.
I saw Akira. I got the cool powers, man.
I think your hair follicles are poisoned.
That's why I got to grow it out. Sweet. No, it'll be great. It'll be awesome. You should come too. Join us. Come to the dark side of college. Teach me to play a guitar so that I may grow my hair long.
They have a good music program.
It's weird that you're bringing this up now.
Why?
I'm sorry.
No, what's weird? Sit down.
No,
it's dead. It's dead.
Yeah,
Sims isn't here. His car's not out back. I made sure. So I haven't seen.
You literally checked out back.
I 100% literally checked out back.
I made like theme music and ninja sounds. It was pretty cool. It was dope.
She says,
Technically, ninjas don't make sounds.
Bad ones do.
Oh, you'll put it in my new
Yeah.
autobiography, The Worst Ninja.
I don't know. My grandma we took a drive yesterday and talked about stuff that it wasn't the conversation I was expecting to have, but it kind of was important.
What did you guys talk about?
Would you believe college?
Your grandma's going to college?
No, she
That's-
offered to pay my way.
Oh, that makes way more sense.
Good job, man. What did you say?
I said I'd think about it. Actually, more specifically, I said I'd think about it, and then she pressed me on it, and I chicken shitted out and said I don't know. But
I don't. Did she say no backsies?
Grandma doesn't exactly speak the lingo, shall we say?
So then she can't say no takebacks. You could
She thought open mic
we could
was a
start
guy.
together. We could go together. We could take. I didn't finish my core, so we could take some of the dumbass freshman stuff together.
You could also call me senpai. Also, side note, when I start my band, open mic would be a great name for that band.
I've heard worse.
You could spell it like short for Michael.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, is that really what you want? I mean, this is all really happening kind of suddenly. I don't know. Is this going to college? Like, is that really what you want to do?
Well, I've thought about it, and Oh, I'm sorry.
But you're already in college, Jerry.
Yeah. I just thought
You
you wanted
brought
my.
me the stupid
I just thought you wanted my opinion as like the older student, or the one that had been schooled.
as if you were my senpai. Is that?
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's taking this way too seriously, by the way.
He's kind of method that way. No. So I had some stuff my parents had put away, and I was sitting on it. And so after I quit here because Sims is an asshole, I just kind of sat on it for a few days, and I said, okay, let's just go for it. Because he's right. What am I going to be, like head short order cook? And what you said the other day, like, you aren't going to be here forever. Maybe I shouldn't be here forever. I'm definitely not going to be here forever. I mean, I'll come back every once in a while.
I gotta say, Marina, I'm kind of glad he made this call, because like the whole time he was thinking about it, he was just constantly listening to jazz, and like it gets freaking old. Jeez, like I like a little jazz, but I had to go out and hang out at less established diners than this one just to get away from it. It's crazy. You know what? I keep interrupting. Do you guys want me? Like, I could go
the bathroom for an hour. That sounds awesome.
In addition to 5-star menus, we also have a 5-star urinal cake.
It's probably the same one I put in there.
That is a hell of a thing to see that I must Instagram immediately. So I'm going to do that.
Reach over and kind of pat your shoulder.
See,
You're the best, senpai. Thanks, senpai.
He noticed me, senpai. No, wait, that doesn't work. All right, I'm out.
Yes.
Marina waits for Jerry to head out, and then she leans back over the desk and she's like, I'm sorry, I kind of freaked out about all that stuff with jazz, and things. And
freak out. I totally fucked up. It was an opportunity for me to learn more about you besides like Marina, the cute waitress, and Marina, the girl that I went to a party with, and I was a total asshole, and I'm sorry.
I'm going to spend well, actually, I don't have to spend a tip because it would make it free. I'm going to use eggs sunny side up to pick any entree on the menu and offer to you at half price rounded down. I'm going to take romance.
Oh, nice. Oh, so very nice.
She leans forward, and much like the night that you went out for drinks together, she adjusts your collar, and she gives you a peck on the cheek, and she says, college wouldn't necessarily be that bad. What do you think?
I think it would be great. Also, only slightly related, I happen to be free Saturday night.
Do you now? Because of the quitting? I see what you did there.
I didn't quit for that date. It's just kind of a happy circumstance.
You know what? I need a few drinks in order to get into the performance headspace. And I tend to be pretty happy after the fact. So I think it would be good if you came along.
And at this point, I will purchase, I think, passion, right? We've got romance, but so we can have the happy ending, I think I'm going to purchase passion, if that's acceptable to the other.
Absolutely. Let's do that. And then kiss, kiss, and end scene.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Sweet.
No more Owen, though. You retired him.
No more Owen. Owen is retired. Let me do the strikeout.
Oh,
that was a nice little story. My cat appreciated it.
Thanks, cat.
Yeah. She's a pretty common presence on Gauntlet City Hangouts. Me and my cat.
She should have her own neighborhood, really.
Yeah. Just nothing but food and pets.
This is down to 1.
All right, so what's next, guys? We should tip out for Marina.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I mean, she's about as integral as you get for that scene.
Yeah, it's got to be 3. I mean, if it's not 3, then...
Yeah.
Plus, she even sacrificed her own dessert to buy into mine. Yay!
Yeah.
she's the tragic hero.
Yeah.
I guess that would be 7 for me total.
Nice. You can buy all the things.
I can buy all the things, quite literally. I think we should probably wrap up the rest of the characters. How much time do we have left before we have to quit?
Yeah, like 20 minutes would be good.
Okay.
I think we can get a couple scenes.
Yeah, we can easily do that. Marina's in a place that I'm happy with, so even if she doesn't get a dessert element to retire, I'm good with giving you guys the rest of the focus. That's
Well, I tell you, I do want Gravy's show to actually be the last thing he does. I was going to open it up for whoever actually wants to be on that show. If someone wants to be interviewed, or if Marina wants to perform, or whatever.
Let's have it. Yeah, the day after on Sunday.
Yep.
She gets Gravy was there or something, and Marina performed, and he's like, "Yeah, you should totally come on the show. It'd be awesome."
Yep.
Let's do that.
Do the live performance. All right, so we'll go ahead and do my scene. So I will pay 1 immediately because it's happening at WUP rather than at the diner. So that's done. And I need to actually pick a dinner item that I'm doing here. And I think we're going to do Temptation Calls. So I'll go ahead and pay 2 more out of that. So that'll be a thing. The general outline that I imagine is to have, she's just performed, to have them do a little bit of a talk, and then once they're off air, he's like, hey, I've got connections, and then offer stuff that completely is not the college thing and gets you out of town differently. So that's my thinking there. If someone wants to be a server, what I'd like to do is there ought to be someone else in the booth, which is either a producer or the guy running the sound or whatever you want to be. So if someone wants to throw in to be that server. I don't know if Garrett is up for doing it because of connection whatnots.
Why don't you take it, Rich?
Oh, got it. I got it. Let me make somebody then. Let me open that names book. We've got Gravy, Jackson, Morris, Marina. So not an M name. Let me look again. We're gonna go with Paolo. Who you said like producer or sound engineer? I don't even know what the difference between those two are.
Pick a job, throw it in there.
All right. I'm going with janitor.
That works.
Does he want to publish his own comic? And his regret, I would say not taking art classes, but let's see.
Not learning to draw.
That's it. I'm just going with the first thing that comes to mind. Paulo.
Okay. So set the scene for us.
What's the booth look like? What does the little studio look like? I'm curious.
So this is across the street. The WUP. Tell you what, let's do a camera flyby. So we're coming into things, and as we're coming in, we're actually hearing Marina's voice. First, it kind of has that distant on the radio sound, but it gets clearer as the camera moves into WUP, which from the outside is mostly a cement building. It's got like a glass vestibule that you would enter through to get to the lobby, and there's also a back door. And there's a little sign on this side. So like a lot of radio stations, there's actually multiple stations hosted in here. But the WUP one is at the top because, by golly, we are in the WUP. So the camera goes in and moves down a mostly kind of white drywall hallway with the occasional just drab generic picture, but they're all of things from around Gauntlet City. And then there's the Gauntlet City Goblins after their historic win against the Valera Slim Pathfinders, which, by the way, Gravy lost some money on that game.
I shouldn't have bet against the Gobs.
They were a nothing team. Anyway, so the camera goes down to the hallway and then goes in on the left through a door right when the janitor is actually opening it. And within the booth itself, there's Gravy on one side of a desk with one of the large microphones and the big circular thing in front of him. And on the other side is Marina just finishing off her song. The janitor is relatively quiet coming in, and Gravy waves him in. And then on the far side, there's also a sound booth, which is mostly set up to run on its own. It's not really a sound booth, it's a sound board. It's not separate from anything else. And as was mentioned previously, it is hot. You can't have a working fan in here, so it fugs slightly. So there's a little bit of a smell, but this is where the magic happens, by God. So yeah, and that is our opening scene, and I think I could probably just move into Gravy talking there. Yes, and the sweaty, sweaty magic. That doesn't sound right. All right, you're back here with Gravy Jackson Morris on the Gravy Train for WUP The WUP. We're here tonight with an amazing local star. That's Marina. It's kind of like Cher, you know, there's only the one word, Marina. But it really, I think it strikes a chord in all of us of things far away and forgotten. But in this case, not so far away, because Marina and I are a little bit old friends. Marina, I'm glad that we finally got you in here into the booth, and we were able to share your music so widely with the people of Gauntlet City. Let me ask you, when did you first decide you wanted to move into music?
Well, my grandmother, actually, she used to play all of these movies, these old time movies that she had like bit parts in and things like that. And they were always set in those like old French style cafes. And there's a jazz band playing in the background, and there's smoke all over the place. And, you know, this guy walks in who's like, just, his voice is whiskey, and he just, you know, just spews his heart out for this girl, and it's just this beautiful scene. And I've always loved that aesthetic, and I've known pretty much as long as I can remember those movies that I wanted to be the girl who was singing on stage.
Right. I think I know that movie. It's The Jazz Frontier. It's a fine film.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. If you haven't watched it at home, it is one of the classics. It's a little hard to find. Swing on by. I'll loan you my copy. It'll be great. But look, it's great that your family has been an inspiration and a support to you. But I know it's hard. It's hard to make it out there as a creative. Lord knows it's been hard for me, and for other luminaries of the city. I think I saw like a commercial the other day that had John van der Loonweistheimer in it, and everyone knows like he was one of the big names. But look, what I guess I'm getting at is it hard for you to make ends meet doing this? Is there a trick that young aspiring creatives out there in the city could use in order to be able to make art and survive at the same time? How do you balance that?
Well, I mean, I wish I had a great answer, but I kind of don't. I mean, I work hard every day. I get up every morning and I work down at Poutine Your Belly. I'm one of the waitresses there. I work until close, and then I either go home and write, or I go to an open mic and I sing. And it's been that way for months now. And it's, you know, it's not, I love doing it, and it keeps me going. You know, it's not hard for me to keep going through that, because it's what I love to do. It's my passion. And if you have that passion and you find that you can put in those hours and just, you know, pump it out night after night, then you know you're in the right place. And that's what gets you through, I guess.
Yeah, I think hard work, desperation, and hope have a kind of alchemy where they produce the magic that can keep you in the business and keep you going. And yeah, you know, it's life can hold us back, but it can't stop us, can it?
That's totally it.
All right, all right. I'll tell you what, we're going to take a little commercial break here now, but we'll be back, and hopefully we'll get you to play another song for us in just a minute.
Absolutely.
All right. And then they go to commercial.
Click.
Paolo, did you hear that?
That was great. The music and then the talk, you guys, really good chemistry, especially the music. I mean, the talk is the talk, but you do the work.
Thank you.
I'm really impressed. You know, to be honest, I haven't heard that much great music coming out of Gauntlet City. All the greats that I've heard are out of Valera Slim, because, you know, plus we've got the Pathfinders there.
We all know how you feel about the Pathfinders.
I'm just saying, like, they have an established record. There was no reason the Gauntlet should have gone.
Listen, even the Bad News Bears, man, they won too. You got to let it go. What like $50, man? $50.
That's a movie. This is real life.
Right. Anyway, I think it's great the young person is into jazz. You know, it's good.
Yeah. You know, I'll tell you what. I've got still some contacts, you know, mostly here I am on the radio, but it's not like I haven't met producers here and there. If you want to take your show on the road, I could probably hook you up at least with some radio spots, maybe point you in the direction of some of the more reputable producers, because there are some out there that I'll tell you, I shouldn't curse, you're a little young. They are bad people. Let's say they are truckers. Let's go with that. Only that's not what I mean at all. So, and if you're ready to hit the road with this, I'm ready to. You pointed out some good luck for me. Let me put it like that. I was in a bad place. You helped me out. I believe I ought to help you out too.
Stars are like running through her eyes right now. Like, this is, I can't even put that into words. Like, that's amazing.
Hey, you work hard, you get desperate, you have the hope, and then once in a while someone comes and points out a deduction for you.
I guess. I don't know. You know, my mom hammered tax law into my head when I was a kid because she thought that school never taught people to pay taxes. But like,
look, if there's a thing you can take from my life, it's that a creative knowing tax law is not a bad thing.
I guess I should give you that.
But it doesn't mean you got to do it. I mean, I worked at the Renaissance Festival for 5 summers. It doesn't mean I wanted to be a juggler forever. I do know people that did, and that's fine. But, you know, what you did, what you studied, it comes back. It's useful, but it's not who you are. And whatever, kid, you figure it out. If you want it, the offer stands open, however long you need it.
Thanks, Gravy.
Should think about it, Marina. Don't get a whole lot of people in the business who will come in and if you get your foot in the door, you're still going to have to work, right? It's not like Gravy's got a record label that he can sign you on, but you should think about it.
Yeah. I don't know who this guy is, but he's really smart.
Paolo? Oh, he's the janitor, but you know what? I'll tell you something. Sometimes Paolo does a lot of things for us. He does some of the sound stuff. He does extra stuff. He even sings. You want to do a duet with Paolo?
Sure. What do you sing?
Oh, it's a little bit of everything. But hey, you want to do a jazz duet? That sounds good for me.
You know Girl from Ipanema?
Yeah, of course I do.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll get you hooked up with a microphone, and we'll get back on the air. Here we go. 5, 4. I think that's the end of the scene.
Yeah, totally. That's badass.
Sweet. So I was not, in fact, the person who was the server on that scene, but that's the way I wanted that scene to go.
I chose poorly. As soon as they got started in the interview part, I thought the interview was going to be super short. I didn't know this is all the scene was going to happen. Like, I could have been the sound producer like Roz on Fraser Crane's thing and like inserted myself if I was that. So I do not deserve much tip-wise.
I like having Paolo there. I liked having Paolo as being the person I could use to actually open the sound booth, because I'm like, how does my camera get in?
That was good. That was a good scene.
Yeah. Well, let's go with 2 tips, because you were part of it. You were definitely, you were there. You were integral. You had input.
Yay.
Yay.
We got time for one more scene, I guess.
Yes. Garrett
I don't know if-
kind of bounced in and out. I'm not sure how his connection is.
Let's do the scene where Marina chooses.
Let's do it. I'm curious.
Yeah. Just wrap that up. Tie it in a bow.
It's a quick phone call. Screw you, Owen.
By the way, I'm in Texas. Click.
Well, so the thing is, Owen retired with the happy ending, and you spent the tips on passion. So even if she doesn't end up going to college, I think that you guys end up having the relationship anyway.
Yeah, no, I totally. I was joking. Yeah, that's perfectly cool.
But I do think I think it's important for our readers at home.
Yeah. You know what? Let's jump ahead. Let's jump ahead.
I dig that.
Like 2 months. Marina's just been on tour. She opened for what's a Gauntlet City band that made it big?
Oh God.
Man.
Hold on. Let me find the name of the band from when we played
Five Fire.
Well, yeah, it could be the Five Fires, although that doesn't really. Well, I guess it could work
really
with
it.
There was High Strung is a game about a rock band. I just gotta look. Give me just a moment. I'm sorry. I promise I'll be as fast as possible.
Wasn't in that game.
So good.
I wanted to be. Dang it.
Oh, High Strung was fun. We had to work around the system. Like, it fought us a little bit. Oh, man. What did they name it? It was like Holly and Nick. I'm looking at the characters. Holly, Nick, David, and Brooke. And performance, people and places. Almost done. I am just going to say... Oh, I even have the places they play, but we don't have the name of the group. Wow, that is insane. I feel terrible.
I know I've had a musician, but they didn't hit it big, so...
I'm just going to say the Hollies. We'll just call them the Hollies. Insert band name here to be fixed later in post. So we'll call them the Hollies.
Okay. She's been opening with the Hollies. Playing, like, every night, except every third night or something like that when they're traveling. And she just got back into town like an hour ago. And the first place she stops is at Owen's apartment. Or dorm room, I guess, if he's going back to university.
Well, I think his apartment sounds good because it was previously established that our good buddy Jerry was going to college there. So
that's cool. Right. Okay, so then, yeah, she... there's a knock at... who's going to play the server?
I can be Jerry again if you want.
I mean, Owen's out, so he could be the server,
yeah,
too.
You Owen is the server, that's fine.
Owen as the server sounds weird, but we could. Do you think it would work, person who created this game?
Yeah, I don't see any reason it wouldn't.
Okay. Well, still...
All you got to do is just give bounce back. That's all it is.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, there's a knock at the door. Jerry's out doing whatever he's doing. And when Owen opens the door, he sees this kind of like, not disheveled, but clearly hasn't showered in several hours, like possibly since the night before. And she's got a guitar in one hand and a rolling suitcase in the other. And as soon as the door opens, she squeals and just runs and jumps into a hug with you.
Owen probably kind of freezes up, but of course he's going to return the hug.
She gives you a big kiss on the cheek and says, I drove all night, but I needed to see you again. It was It's been entirely too long. I didn't know that it was going to take this long for this tour, and I'm sorry, but I'm here now, and I got some big news that I want to share with you.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. I'm glad you're here. Come in. Here. And he reaches over and tries to grab the suitcase, and he's not going to touch your guitar.
Yeah, she just brings it in and leans it against the wall anyway. It's no big deal. So yeah,
Do you
she
want
sits down.
something to drink? Would you like some water? We have pop.
Water would be good, actually. I could definitely do some water. I have some dry mouth. I may have popped a couple of caffeine pills to stay awake, but that's okay. It's okay. I am zen.
To come around, so he walks through the very kind of long living room and then takes a sharp right turn and circles right back around where the kitchen and the living room. Like if somebody knew where to knock through the wall, you could actually have one of those like see-through things with the counter. But yeah, and the linoleum here is not quite sticky, but it looks like it probably wants to be sticky.
Yeah.
And he goes over and opens the fridge. And it has one of the sounds like when you open it up, you can hear the bottles that clink in the door. Clink. He opens that up and grabs a bottle of water and hands it off to you. It's smart water.
Yeah,
smart
of
water.
course.
Make you smarter.
Yeah,
It's for smart people.
It's on the bottle. That's what it says. This is an exchange they have in character, I take it.
Absolutely.
So anyway, yeah, she just chugs the bottle right back and puts the cap back on because why not? Sits down next to her and says, "I am done with the road for a while. That was the last of it for me. Oh, by the way, I'm buying a dessert. I'm done with the road for a while. You know, I thought it was what I wanted, but it's just, you know, I don't like that kind of performance. It's a weird vibe, you know, and I missed you and I missed Grandma and all that stuff. It's just but I was speaking to the producer, and he said that they've actually got a pretty big recording studio downtown, and like they often need like performers to come in and like, you know, write bit pieces and do performances and sit in on records and things like that, just stuff like that. And he offered me a job, and you know, I said yes because it's a small job. It's like, you know, it pays ridiculously good for like 10 hours work or something like that, but because it's all these big names, right? And I'm so excited, but it gives me all of this time. I don't have to work at a diner. I don't have to, like, you know, tour for 2 months and then spend 3 weeks recuperating and then do 3 more. I have the freedom to like write my music and record it and be creative and be here with my family and you maybe.
I'm open to that. That sounds good. You could even say the word boyfriend.
Yeah. She launches into another hug.
Cool. I'm going to spin the tip.
Okay.
And ask a question.
Go for it. You get to ask 2, actually, if you spend a tip.
You can also spin 1 tip to either ask 3 questions from the list or ask 1 question not on the list. Oh, interesting. Yeah, bartender. So 1 question from the list below. You can also spin 1. Oh, neat. So you could always ask 1 question. I never gathered that until right this second.
But you only get 1 special per round as a server. So.
Oh, true. So yeah. What are you most afraid of?
Afraid of?
Yeah. What are you most afraid of?
There's
a lot of excitement here. Just what he's trying to read.
So when she was away from her family, and she was away from you. And it became very evident to her that those two things are much more important to her than performing on the road and major success and fame. So what she was afraid of was the same thing that her grandmother's afraid of, basically dying alone and losing her family.
Your mom's going to be thrilled. And your grandma too.
Oh, wow. That is the biggest buzzkill ever, dude. The grandma thing's cool, but the mom thing, like, forget
I know. I
that.
let off with mom. I should have gone with grandmother first. I know you by now. By the way, I had no idea you weren't having fun. The Facebook page is just awash with cool pictures.
Yeah. You know, you
little
can't trust
videos.
Facebook. It's just...
Wait a second. The internet does not lie.
Sure, let's say that. Nonetheless, I get what you're saying. And I mean, look, I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. It's just, it wasn't really what I was expecting. You know, it was a good experience, and I'm glad I did it. But this is more what I want. It's a better fit.
Cool. Well, it's been pretty exciting here too. We don't have a Facebook page for the Owen Jerry Senpai Emporium, but
he's still going with that, is he?
It's been pretty exciting here. But I guess we can make some time for you.
You know what I really need some time for?
What's that?
A shower.
This is a pretty big step, but I will let you use my shower.
Oh, I think I'm going to need supervision.
Okay.
So she takes his hand and guides him into the bathroom as the door closes. Click and scene.
I was about to say, we need to, what's that?
Yeah.
What's the rating here? Hold on. Is this Peggy 18 or something?
Did we technically break the rules because Owen was retired and it occurred to me halfway through that scene? Or are we fine?
I think he was retired.
So retirement just means that you can't set scenes with him as the active character. And I should probably make that a rule at some point. But yeah, like the important thing is that you can't give him arcs anymore. You can't make him entrees.
Okay.
All right. Cool. I think that's probably game, guys.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think that's good.
Unless Garrett is secretly plugged into more Wi-Fi.
Yes, I'm back.
Yay!
It works. Yeah. It is. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, but I got most of
That's good.
Well, my first thorn is Garrett's internet.
Yeah, that was cool, man. Because there was so much potential that could have been there with more Garrett scenes. I'm just saying.
I'm glad we got to have the Hannah going to check out the home. That was a super great scene and super thankful for it. But yeah. Other thorns. So let's roses and thorns as we talk about this. Thorns are things that it could have been gone differently or better. Confusion points in the rules, suggestions for some things that you maybe would have liked to have seen or clarification on. Me, hey, the retirement thing, what you just provided as an explanation, Adam's really succinct, and I think would be a great way to explain what retirement
It's
means.
definitely making it onto the list of ads.
Also, like as I'm thinking, and thorn, but it's a very gentle thorn, but passion for dessert and romance for side, like
They're very similar.
Yeah. And one of them's really cheap, and one of them's freaking expensive. So
yeah, I'm still kind of very strongly considering the desserts. The desserts and the breakfasts actually are not necessarily on the chopping block, but they may be due for a little bit of a revamp. So it's
Well, I do like the difference between dinner and dessert. That dinner is something that comes to a crisis and could bring a story arc to a close, but not necessarily move a character out of play. I like that.
yeah.
And I love the idea of saving up for your dessert. Like, thematically, that's really fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something to think about.
No, I absolutely appreciate that. So thanks for that input.
Cool. Jason, what thorns did you have, sir?
I think I would like more places to spend my money. And part of that is that, you know, it takes a moment to build up any store, and then the temptation is to only spend it on something like a dessert, like a big ticket item.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's like spend money to add something to a scene I'm not even in,
Yeah.
or to.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah, and
that's
maybe.
a good suggestion.
Yeah, maybe not even a person. Maybe it's a surface detail, or, you know, how much I get to define a space. Like, to me, being able to build that entire radio station was probably at least $1. So, you know,
I'm not giving you $1 for that. You had too much fun.
no, that's what I'm saying. I would spend
I'm
$1.
joking. I'm joking.
Like in some sense, I guess the tipping out gives you the ability to already do that.
Yeah.
But I feel like things could be added to it by other people. So yeah.
I absolutely think that's the case. This is the first time I've ever actually, well, this and the last time was the first time I've ever actually played with more than 3 people. And finding a way to integrate the person who's sitting out is a priority. I've noticed that that's a shortcoming that needs to be addressed. So I think that's actually a pretty good suggestion for keeping people involved.
Let me throw this out, and I don't think it's a good idea, but it's the first thing that came to mind, is if, let's say, Garrett, who likes tragedy, he's not in the scene, and he spins a thing to introduce an element that takes it to this different direction. Would an active player then say, well, no, I'll double pay to not have that happen, or I'll pay for this instead?
Maybe there's a bidding war. Does it say the person who's in the scene doesn't actually get to determine the ending, but the other people get to bid on which ending they want? They're like,
that's crazy.
I'll pay $1 for it to be a passion ending. Oh yeah, well, I'll pay $2 for it to be tragic and somebody dies.
This sounds like a terrible idea, but it'd be hilarious to try once.
That is a lot more meta than I had originally intended the rules to be, but it's not actually a bad idea. It's something I'll consider.
Yep.
Cool. Any other thorns, Jason?
No, I had a lovely time.
Garrett, amidst the fireworks, did you have any thorns you wanted to share?
And the usual suspects, yeah. The marimba music in my background, which was quite loud, at least for me.
Yeah, I wish you could have participated more.
Yeah, and the explosions. And yeah, so I love the scenes I had, but exactly, it's option that you can drop into a scene, but only when you are the servant. So having an assistant servant, that is something I could have imagined. Am I still around with you? Yes, I am. Cool. Hey,
Spending a tip to join a scene if you're not the server. Like
that's currently it says like server has this option to bring somebody in who's not in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, if another PC is saying could be there, or at least on the phone or whatever.
I like that.
Yep.
I'm gonna play test that actually.
Servers. Yeah, and one thing about across both sessions, I would have had an easier time if the servant was more like the game master and not an active character. I think I could imagine playing Poutine and saying from the beginning, we only have guests at the restaurant, and the servants are just a little bit more anonymous. The good barkeeper who is like bringing discussions to the table but not actively participating. That confused me sometimes. Like, in which role are we?
Yeah.
And
Right.
who's the servant, the meta servant, the servant, not actually the servant, but in the servant role. But yeah, maybe it's also something which doesn't appear at all if you play just with 3 people.
Actually, I've noticed that the people who are servers and like the owner of the restaurant, in most of the games that I've played in, have had that kind of emergent behavior where they become the focus of the story, at least in part. So it's something,
Yep.
yeah, that's something I'm going to have to think about some more.
So one thing to think about is your references. So for me, it reminds me, have you ever seen the movie Waitress?
Yeah.
So Poutine as a game reminds me of Waitress.
Yeah.
Because of the servers, and there's people that are not in the restaurant, but the restaurant is kind of central. Or any number of movies where like you start in one thing and then they follow a character off on these random slice of life whatnots. But Waitress is where I felt like the greatest kinship.
Yeah.
And I guess like what's the name of that pizza movie? Freaking. Anyway, but so to me, like having the servers be characters is kind of important, but at the same time, I think that Garrett's point about the server being a character, like the role of server also being a character, is a little bit tricky. Because at times it feels like it's just that exists just so that we know who to kick the money to.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to be thinking about that a lot. Let's put it that way. I've seen it happen enough times now where like the role of who is the server is confusing. It's happened in this game a couple of times where I've been like, it feels to me like this person is actually the server in this scene, but
That's because James is such a strong force of personality.
Could be.
I can't out-server him. He slam dunks my server capabilities.
Anyway, so yeah, it's it's something I'll consider for sure.
On the rose, may I start with the roses?
Well, let's see if Adam had any. Did you, Adam? Was that those?
Did actually have? I have one thorn that I'd like to bring up, and that is the. This has happened twice now, so I'm just going to note it for myself. The lunch menu, an explosive argument, is notoriously difficult to preconceive. It feels like when you walk into a scene and you have to discover that what an argument is about, it does not feel organic. It feels like you're pushing a wet noodle from one end and trying to make it go in one direction. So I'm going to be spending some time thinking about how best to make that work.
It might work better if you start mid-argument. Because building up to it is part of the problem there, because you have to build up the intensity. But
yes.
or if at least you know exactly what you're arguing about rather than trying to find an argument.
That is exactly what I was thinking, is you either predefine the argument in and of itself, so there's some scene setting conversation that needs to happen. And actually I'm thinking more and more as the second thorn that I'm, the comment you made last time about needing some sense of wherewithal, like defining the scene. I think I'm going to try and codify that as well, in the sense that when you enter a scene, whoever is sitting in the driver's seat needs to define the area, like what is going on, what is the topic of conversation, and make that collaborative enough so that when we start playing, there's no ambiguity about what's going to happen in that scene. At the very least, as a starting point, the initial condition. Anyway, that's something I also have to consider. But those two thorns, I think, are, and the ones that you guys brought up, obviously, as well, they're all super good, and I'm thankful for them.
Garrett was excited about roses, so let's transition to roses. Something you enjoyed about the session, or the play group, or the rules, whatever it was positive, what you remember. Garrett, what roses did you have?
I love Poutine for the reason in normal circumstances, under in tragic situations, possibly life-changing, but maybe also just back to normal. Why not? I feel reminded so much of German television, like early evening television shows. There's the German Lindenstraße, which is still ongoing since the end of the 70s or beginning of the 80s. It's every week one new episode since then, and it's just normal people and living in a street, and this is exactly how it feels, and it's totally addictive to everybody who wants to. Can't stop anymore, and that's how I feel about Poutine and the characters you bring in there. You could do it as a primetime adventure as well, I would say, such a scene, but it's nice to have something which is tailored for that, and all these entrees are leading the story into that direction. Still, talking about normal people, for the first time, I was thinking about having a site. I wouldn't have brought it to the table because it's such a difficult topic, but I was thinking about not going anywhere from her home, and I found that at least just having that thought in my mind very interesting. That with this we could bring it to that point. That never happened to me before, and I contribute that to the game scenes we played. Table. That's all.
Yeah, I love that you brought that there. That you immediately took something, because actually stories like that, this like I don't want to die alone. Those are the kinds of stories that I really wanted to shine in this game. So I'm really thankful that you brought it.
Thank you, Garrett. Jason, what roses did you have?
Oh, I have all the roses. I want to give a shout out first of all to Garrett for Beth, who like she has some soft, nice parts, but for the most part she's kind of a mega bitch. But it is also nice that she gives hugs and she cares about people. She does actually care about her mom. She's just, she's not very nice, but it's not like she's an inhuman monster.
Right.
Complicated.
She is complicated. And I like that. When I was referencing Waitress earlier, I think that is the thing. Like, I like that movie, but it does weird, wonky things, and I feel like the game does a lot of really nice, complex, weird, wonky things. I like that they're people with everyday problems who are also just sitting down to have coffee and Poutine, and that to me is a really, really kind of lovely concept to build things around. And I think all too often when we deal with games and game narratives, we're so focused on these big overarching whatnots that we forget about the human angle, and building things around food and around relationships and around human problems, I think is frankly important. So there we go.
Nice. Better myself.
Well, as Jason said, he has all the roses. So I guess one of me. No, Adam, it was super good getting a chance to play with you. Like, share GM. A lot of times, one of or the other of us is a GM, so we don't get a whole lot of times to actually play aloud. That was a great. Garrett, I agree that Beth, your interpretation of Beth was neat. I love the spin on it. I made a joke about how she's a lot meaner, but it was really, really good. It was cool. She was nuanced, right? And I enjoyed her a great deal. I'm glad that, JC, you took us on a trip to the WUP. That was super great. I mean, I know you said you would have paid $1, but that was spectacular. I just love the setting of that. That really felt slice of life interesting. I felt like, and this is in a good way, in case it doesn't sound that way, I felt like there were things taken straight from Gilmore Girls, which is a good thing. Like, there are aspects of Gilmore Girls and that small town life that I adore, and I felt like Poutine was going for that vibe, and we definitely carved out those spaces especially in this session, but also in the first one. So I had a really good time. I hungered for this Poutine here. So.
Oh, yes, you did. You were talking the whole week about it.
I was. So I had a super good time. Adam, any roses you wanted to throw out?
I can't. I mean, I could sit here and wax philosophical about the game and why I wrote it, but I won't. And, you know, I love playing this game because what it brings out in all of the other people that I've played with is something unlike all of the other games that I've ever played before. And that's like, you know, I mean that as a compliment to you guys, that not the game. It's like, I loved playing with you guys. You were fantastic. The characters you brought felt real and tangible, and I wish that I could see more of them, despite the fact that it's done. And I'm super glad that I had this opportunity to come in and sit in and play in your world. And I thank you immensely for it.
Sweet. Thank you. Thank you for bringing Poutine. Thank you for facilitating this. You did a bang-up job, Adam. This is a really great game. I super love this game.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Garrett and Jason. When I saw that you guys had signed up, I was like, yes, that's exactly what I need.
It was so fast, too. I was like, oh, my God, what's happening?
Cool. Well, I will go ahead and stop the broadcast. Next month, we'll be playing Gauntlet Brain Pop, which is Tokyo Brain Pop, but set in Gauntlet City.